G'day, Michael. It's actually getting close to evening now. It's almost 5 p.m. in the afternoon on Friday, the 5th day of December, the 12th month of 2014, and while I'm sitting in a small town called Ipswich, near Brisbane, on the southeast coast of Queensland, Australia. In my last video, I was just going through my collection of core rulebooks for the World of Darkness games. I just about have every one. Damn throat. Please excuse my near nudity. I know it's possible, not appropriate. But it's damn hot. We just had a terrible thunderstorm and I had to shut everything down. But now it's humid, steamy. I'm just sweating, sweating a lot. The shirt comes back on possibly next winter, or for autumn. When's that gonna be? April, right? April, May, or when we get better air conditioning. Or not air conditioning, but I have a fan on here. Yeah, I have all the core rule books for nearly all the core rule books for World of Darkness. I have most of the books for both. There are two series of books, and within each series there are a few additions. Actually, I think the second series only has one edition, but the original series of each one has between 1 and 2 editions, or three or 4 editions, and I think they're on. I think it's Vampire, Werewolf, and Mage that will have 4 editions with their the 20th anniversary specials, limiteds and premium copies that you can order through drivethrurpg.com. I might even, I'll just pony up the drive-through-RPG. That's sarcasm. Regardless of. Let me see. Yeah, that's the website, drive-through-RPG. Let me without logging in, I'll just show you Onyx Path. If you type that in, you'll get, wow. Onyx Path. WOD, World of Darkness. It's not working. Doesn't work. Let's see if I can. They usually have the icon that you can just click on. There it is. Let's up. This is a different site. It's RPG Now. It might be the same thing. This is what I was talking about. These are all the games that Onyx Path and White Wolf have put out. The God Machine. I've never heard of that. Changeling the Lost. Dark Ages. Mage the Ascension Revised. Trinity Universe. Relic Rituals. Vampire. The Requiem, second edition. Mummy the Curse. Yeah, that's another book I got. I've actually got the both editions of Mummy from that were brung out, that were written and published after second edition Werewolf. They put out their own book that was standalone, and I'd never managed to actually get that one. Vampire. I was talking about that last time. There's Mage, Demon, Werewolf, the Apocalypse, Scion, Sacred Lands. Vampire. I'll just click on that. This is RPG Now. I'm not sure if they do. They sell things. I'll have a look. Here's the Vampire the Masquerade 20th Anniversary Edition. Well, yeah, that's strange. They sell the exact same things by the look. They're practically the same website, I guess. But they're called RPG Now. It's here you can get it as a PDF. Whatever it is, whatever that stands for. Digital file. I'm not sure what the P means. Software, soft cover, black and white book. $44.99. That's probably in Australian dollars or all American, I'm not sure. The PDF is $29.99. The hardcover colour book premium is $99.99. The hardcover colour book standard is $64.99. The difference between premium and standard is the quality of the printing. You'll find that the standard is possibly a little bit blurred, or the colour is less vibrant, I guess. You can order both the PDF and soft cover black and white book for $49.99. You can order the PDF plus hardcover colour book premium for $104.99. You can order the PDF plus hardcover colour book standard for $89.99. Yeah, in this book they have all 19 clans. There are more clans than I actually showed you in that book. See, the second edition Vampire book, wherever it is, wherever I put it, let me see. Damn, it's not here. There it is. Yes. By the way, I am wearing pants. In case you're wondering. No, see. Well, whoa. Yeah, they only show, let me see here. Origins of the Kindred. It's actually got the origins, all the stuff about Cain written here too. Probably not in the same amount of detail though. The Masquerade is about pretending to be mortal while the humans are around them, maintaining their mortal seeming their mortal identities while being vampires underneath. They have laws, strict laws about that too. They can't break the masquerade. About Cain, he looks like a bit like some fellow with a beard, possibly very muscular though, tall, muscular looking. As the fabled ancestors were probably supposed to be, even though I don't know. I guess that sort of conflicts with Darwinism. The theory that we're descended from apes. Apparently, in the world of darkness, they go with the Adam and Eve biblical one, and or there might be a mixture of both. I don't know. Maybe the Adam and Eve were Neanderthals or whatever. I'm not sure. Or maybe they were the first people that evolved from apes. That they have become as human as we are today. But I've reason to believe that early man was actually a lot shorter. So that might mean Cain's a very short fellow, muscular, possibly a dwarf, or he might have used some sort of special gift that he developed himself to evolve through drinking blood of modern people to look exactly like us, or any way he likes. He could be anyone. He could be anyone of any nationality, I guess. If he did walk amongst us in the world of darkness, amongst the other supernaturals and mortals in the world of darkness, but I got reason to believe he doesn't get out much, which makes it he sounds like a bit of a wimp if that's the case, or on the other hand, vampires are very well known for not doing much. The elder vampires, they actually they don't do as much as the younger vampires, and it goes on as you go higher up the rank, the less they tend to get out, and they're more kind of directing the lesser vampires around like pawns over a gigantic chessboard. I guess it's a question of whether they want to seem more or less a wimp, or more or less wise. I sometimes think, what's the point in living or even existing if you don't you don't continue to live your life well, if you're they're kind of like living their lives through their neonates, the earlier the younger vampires, and that's kind of sad. Anyway, Cain. Anyway, they say that if anyone's seen Cain, as I read in an earlier video, that They're usually um, anyone who says they've seen Kane, they're usually regarded as lunatics amongst the vampires. They usually assume that they're Malkavians or anything or any vampire pretending to be Kane. Um, as I read before, a whole bunch of them disappeared when this happened once, and it possibly was a hoax. Certainly. Yep, it says some of the third generation who are the third generation. I think the third generation of vampires, the antediluvians, are actually the primogens. The primogens are the leaders, the like the sires, are the actual sires of each one of the clans, and there's only a small number of them. In the two generations before them, there are even a smaller number. And I think the first generation are called the first generation that Cain embraced were called the Methuselah. Look that one up. All their names have some meaning. Okay. Actually, it says here, I guess Cain is the first generation. So I was wrong about that. It's got the second generation here. The existing translations of the Book of Noah place the number of the second generation kindred at 3. There's 3 of them? Oh yeah. Cain in his sorrow created them. Cain in his sorrow created them to live with him in his great city of Enoch. Nothing is known about these 3. One can assume, based on the Book of Noah, that they were slain either during the deluge, the great flood. You know Noah, I think. Noah's Ark. Or in the first war following the flood. One might expect all of those of age are reluctant to speak of their sires and the great strife that overcame them all. Undoubtedly, some know more than they are revealing. Were any of the second generation still in existence today, they would be powerful beings, akin to demigods, perhaps. Which makes you wonder about Cain, or the existence of him, considering considering what the Bible said about him, and what the Book of Noah is now adding to that. And it's all fake. The Book of Noah, at least. So I'm not trying to disagree with the Bible, but I often wonder: are we supposed to believe that? Like, if we're not supposed to believe in werewolves and vampires, and are we supposed to believe stories that about Jesus walking on water and returning from the after his crucifixion to life, him being the Son of God, the existence of God as a supreme being that's beyond our imagining, as it is the existence of Adam and Eve, the Garden of Eden, the serpent, the snake that tricked Eve into giving the apple of knowledge to offering the apple of knowledge to Adam and making him take a bite. They're exiled from the Garden of Eden by the I think it's the Archangel Gabriel or Michael, or I'm not sure, the burning sword, and their life, their easy life had ended, and they had to work hard. Then them and their descendants Cain and Abel, and I think there was one called Seth as well. And there's also Adam's first wife called Lilith. I've never read that in any version of the Bible I've known about Lilith and Seth. Um, whoops, whoops if I've offended people. Sorry, but I just think it's interesting. The third generation. What are the third generation? The third generation are powerful beings with abilities and powers only guessed at by their lessers. Some say they are the last generation to have true mastery over the powers of life and death, and can only die the final death if they choose, or are slain by the equal power. Is this perhaps the jihad? That sounds very Middle Eastern. That word. I think they took it and added it to the lexicon. There's actually a card game, vampire card game called Vampire the Eternal Jihad or something like that. The Jihad something. I'm not sure. I think they had to change it though because stuff that's been happening in the intervening years. The third and fourth generations are the Methuselahs, not the second generation. They're still, like, that word actually means the oldest, I think. The oldest person, I'm pretty sure. For they are nearly as powerful and secretive as the antediluvians. The next sixth, seventh, and eighth generations are the ones that are the elders. I don't know which ones were the original like ones that side each clan. I thought they were the antediluvians, but it doesn't say which one of them, unless they're the third generation. Ah, yes, the third generation are referred to in the common argot as antediluvians, and they are the founders of the 13 vampire clans, so that's them. They're the third generation, but the fourth and fifth generations are the Methuselahs, which must be the highest in the clans underneath the antediluvians. Antediluvians, it has something to do with water. I know diluvial means water. I'm not sure the exact meaning of antediluvian. 9th and 10th generation. Oh, they're the elders. Well, so who are the 6th and... They're the princes. They said the 6th, 7th and 8th generations are the princes. Hmm. 11th, 10th and 13th, the most recent generations of kindred, often called neonates. They're the players. That's how the players start out. Or some of them do. The 14th and 15th generations They said that their blood is too thin, and they are too far removed from Cain to be able to pass on the curse. They can't even embrace people. So the latest generations of vampires can't even make their own vampires of immortals. It's only the 11th, 12th, and 13th generations. Interesting. They have a lexicon here. I just found the word jihad. The secret war being waged between the few surviving vampires of the third generation using younger vampires as pawns. Also used to describe any sort of conflict or warfare between vampires. But that's a Middle Eastern term. Antediluvian, one of the eldest kindred, a member of the third generation, a warlord of the jihad. Here's a important word, Archon, a powerful vampire who wanders from city to city, usually serving as Justica. Archons are frequently used to track down kindred who have fled the city. They're sort of like vampire bounty hunters, but they're high-ranking vampires. Kiss, to take the blood of a mortal, or act of taking blood in general. Haven, the home of a vampire, a place where it sleeps during the day. And vampires can make girls. That's where they give their they let mortals drink their blood, but they don't take their blood, so they don't embrace them. But it gives them it enhances their abilities, but they're not actually vampires and can therefore walk around outside during the day unharmed. And they're actually I think they can be bloodbound to the vampire, and are therefore servants. The Masquerade. The effort began after the end of the Great Wars to hide the kindred society from the mortal world, a policy reaffirmed after the time of the Inquisition. The Econou, a sect of vampires, mostly